Hello everybody, my name is Eric D. Johnson, also on BrightShine, right here in the city of Memphis in the county sheriff in the state of Tennessee. And today is early Sunday morning, October the 13th, 2019, the time 3:54 a.m. First, I thank all my family, my support, for your continued encouragement support. I'm continuing to keep myself employed right here in the Memphis tri-state area and continue to further my education, Monroe College Online, to continue to pursue my social degree study, being administrative, concentrated market. It's present time to take a break and going to school. In the very near future, I will be going back to Monroe College Online to continue to pursue my social degree study, being administrative, country market. Now, this past January of 2019, I had enrolled at this school called Health Tech Institute of Memphis in the medical assistant program. And when I enrolled in this school, I was trying to get my certification in the healthcare field in medical assistant, because back in 2009, 2010, I was a student at Remington College right here in this Memphis tri-state area, and I didn't get my diploma, in medical billing and coding, but I didn't get the certification. And so, if you don't have the certification, you can't be employed in the healthcare field. And so, like I said, I enrolled at this school, right here in the Memphis tri-state area, and called Health Tech Institute of Memphis. And before I enrolled in school, I had did some research, and when I considered going back to school, I thought about working, how I'm gonna go to school and work and all that, balance my schedule out and all that. So I was looking at school, looking at Concord and National, that curriculum, and Remington, because of course I've been a student at Remington and all that. And so I thought about it and considered it, and I was like, well, I've been to Remington, and it's not like I ain't had nothing against Remington. It was just, it was like back in 2009, 2010, I was at the school, and and I understood, the campus and things of this nature. And so I said, well, I don't think, it was like I don't think I want to be in an environment where it's a crowd of people, mainly women, because it's kind of, when I'm focused on trying to do something, I got my mind set on doing one thing, get my certification, and I really just didn't want to have no women around me, period, in that way, a whole lot of women around, because sometimes it can be just a lot of confusion, and I wasn't interested in all the thing I wanted to do, get my certification. My mind was on one thing only, get my certification and start working in the healthcare field, and that's all I wanted to do, is just get my certification. So I was like, well, I don't really want to go back to Remington for that reason, have a bunch of women running around and, just be confusion, then I thought about Concord. I said, well, basically, it's going to be another, school campus, and there'll be a lot of women running around. I was like, well, then I thought about National. I was like, well, school campus, and I was like, well, I really want to find somewhere where it's like a little small school, and ain't no whole lot of people, I can just go and get my certification. I can keep working, and I can go and get my certification. And well, I found that school, Health Tech Institute of Memphis, and I enrolled in the school. And as a matter of fact, on that certification thing, I'm gonna show everybody my certification. Hold on. can't remember everything, but I want everybody to see that I took my certification exam this week on Thursday, and I did pass my certification, so I'm now certified in the healthcare field. So like I said, I'm certified in the healthcare field. That way, people reading, they can see that I'm certified. I took my exam this week. I'm certified in, as it says here, the National Health Career Association, NHA, says Eric Jones has successfully completed the requirements set forth by the NHA as a certified clinical medical assistant. So I'm certified in the healthcare field now, certified clinical medical assistant. And I got the certification number down at the bottom. So I took my certification exam. I'm certified. Now, this is my examination score report. Excuse me. This is the NHA Medical Assistant Certification Exam. I took the exam and got the date and got my name and got my score and status passed. So like I said, I'm certified clinical medical assistant now. And now what I'm be doing now is going on my externship, do my externship and get myself employed as a medical assistant. But I did pass. As you can see, everybody can see, I passed my exam this week. And here on the back, the test scores, and like the tests that was on the exam and things of this nature. So, but like I said, I passed the exam, so like I said, I'm certified clinical medical assistant. I took the exam. Now, did you know this exam is not Health Tech Institute of Memphis exam. This is the national test. I can go anywhere and work. I can go to California. I can go to Florida. I can go to Mississippi, Arkansas. I can go to Illinois. This certification is recognized nationwide. I can go to Hawaii, Alaska. Now, so like I said, everybody certified. Now, about this school, like I said, be getting ready to go on my certification. And I know I've been saying, talking about this school. When I first enrolled in school, I wasn't aware of, because I ain't really know these people, you know what I'm saying. This is a little small school, and like I said, I did my research online, like go online, and I seen a website, so I did my research. And like I said, my intent was to get my certification, and I got my certification, so now doing my sternship. But these people, I didn't excuse me, I didn't know these people. And like I said, you get to know people, and I know they some no good people. I honestly, I know no good people. Personally, because I know from personal experience, no good summer guns. They you don't supposed to try to get away with doing no stupid stuff. And that what people that what they tried to get away with. Like I said, when I first enrolled in school, basically I was by myself. There was this middle-aged lady, and she passed away. She had some type of sleep condition, sleep apnea or something like that, and she passed away. Then there was this other girl. She was my classmate, but she didn't come to school all the time. But like I say, so basically when I was in school, when I first started, I was really in the school in the day class by myself. A lot of times, like in the morning, I come to school in the morning, and I go through the schedule, go through the schedule, my medical terminology, my Microsoft, and then I do my keyboard. I did that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday. Thursday always my last day, and I did that for a while by myself. I'm basically by myself in school, and then eventually some more students started coming in. Eventually, like I was telling you about this young lady, man, she became a student, and she became a student. What I'm saying, I didn't know her personally. I didn't never, out on the street, I ain't never meet this young lady, but I started, becoming acquainted over a period of time, coming to school, and you get acquainted with a person, you get to know a person. But it was these people in the school, and if like at the beginning, what I'm saying, I had been in school for a minute, and I really just wasn't, like I said, because it basically wasn't nobody coming to school, so it was just me. And I really wasn't trying to deal with them in that way. I was mostly focused on, getting my certification. And basically, when I first started school, I wasn't even working no more. So basically, when I got out of school, I just came back to the house. And then I started working, second shift, because in the morning time, I go to school. Then second shift, I started working Monday through Friday and the weekend. I started working. And I'm still working that job now. Yesterday, Saturday, I had an off day, so I'm doing my video. But like I said, I'm doing my video. But like I said, I was working. I started working, and still was going to school Monday through Thursday, and from the morning till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Then this young lady, she started going to school, and her class schedule, she wasn't in the same class I was in, because I'm a medical assistant. She was something else, health information management. So, but it's just the schedule is pretty much the same until you get like to the end of then you start doing something different. You start doing, I'm doing medical assistant, you doing health information management. So that's not the difference, But like I said, that's how you know when a person is a no good person. See, it was things that were being done, without my knowledge, I wasn't present, then you get enrolled in school. So, but it was things that this nut and his two daughters did, to show that we just a no good son of a gun, see, there had to be somebody around, and then it'll come out. See what I'm talking about? See, when I'm around, you can't, with me, no. First of all, I'm a man, and I ain't no homosexual, so I don't deal with no man like this, what I'm saying? And then his two daughters, I wasn't even interested in them, because I already knew. Not to have anything to do with it, I already knew. I don't see, experience, I already knew. I ain't look, don't, just stay focused. Do not deal with them, because I know that sorority stuff. I already know. You be back there when I ain't around. You be back there doing some chants and some rituals and all that kind of stuff. See, I already know. And that nut, I already know. Fraternity, you be doing some rituals and all that kind of stuff. You think I don't know what it is? That's devil worship. But and that's what it is. See. This young lady started going to school, see. And see, me, like I say, we get acquainted with a person. So, being in school, You know what I'm saying? And you get acquainted, and then you socialize with each other on a regular basis, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then based on her schedule, you know what I'm saying, Thursday, and so on and so forth, like that. And so pretty much that's how it all started. And I started noticing things when she was at school, man. I knew, and I told her, I said, man, look, the thing be done in the school, I always remember this one thing. The person who be doing all this, it can be indirect, it can be telling other students to do this or telling his daughters to do this or that, but the person who be doing it be him. I always remember, it be him. And that's what it was, and that's what it is, it be him. See? And things being done inside the school, you know what I'm saying, I can try to keep her close by me, you know what I'm saying, while she at school, because I already knew that there was some stupid stuff that was being done in the school. I was noticing, the daughters, you know what I'm saying, and I was hearing things. I already knew there was a night class anyway, but me, like I said, when I started school, it's just me. And like I said, when I started school, basically there wasn't nobody else in the school. It was just me, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It was just me, And then when other students come, then, I always knew it was a night class. But see, I ain't have to focus on that. And whoever was in night class wasn't no concern of mine. Because, ain't nothing that I got to be concerned about. But like I say, during the daytime, the young lady started going to school, and then I started noticing things about the two daughters when this girl be in school, when this young lady be in school. See, I started noticing things. Like I told, I said, no matter what, I always remember that the person who be behind it be that dude. It be him. He can be telling people to say or do or not to do or not to say, but it be him. And so that's what it was. And so when she be at school, I be noticing things. Then I try to keep her close by that way. Don't know why we at school. There ain't nothing stupid gonna happen while I'm at school, while I'm in the school, and basically, here it is, October, and you're right. But when people do things, they try to do things behind my back. When I'm not looking or something like that, that's not a reflection on me. It's just a reflection on you, because like I say, when I'm around, if it was anything weak, frail, scary about me, you would have tried something, what I'm saying? If there was something lame about me, if I'm so dumb, so blind, deaf, and dumb that I can't even see what you're trying to do. No, I was on my P's and Q's all the time, see? And so if there's anything that got to be said, is that you wouldn't try nothing, on that level, try to, while in my presence, you try to do things when I'm not around. On that scale, try to forcibly, rape and, assault, start a fight and all that kind of stuff. But I was noticing things in it. And when people try to do things, they try to make it sound like they know something and you don't. That's what, just like harassment. Like, you don't know what constitutes harassment. If a woman is an instructor, a teacher, and a female student is in school, if a female instructor stand behind a female student, that's harassment, sexual harassment. If you on the side, left side, right side, behind, that's sexual harassment. If you say something out your mouth, that can be sexual harassment. If you dress a certain way in front of, sexual harassment not just limited to just one. There's a lot of things that can constitute sexual. The intent behind it. When this young lady we come to school and when she be in the school, other students might leave the room, and then when other students leave the room, you try to raise your dress up in front of, it's all kind of, what I'm talking about. You try to do things in front of her, or, you try to say things where she the only one to hear. Then it gets to a point where it's he say, she say, and all that, but it's still, any allegation come up, you guilty. Because if other students don't say nothing, and then there's some kind of accusation on you, and it comes from this young, you guilty. You don't hear me saying nothing. I'm the only man in the building, and nobody's saying anything about it. Nobody's saying nothing about it. All these women, 2 females, you don't have nothing to say about it. Nothing. He ain't never tried to touch you. He ain't never woof with you. He ain't never said, he ain't never look at you. He ain't never hug you. You mean tell me Eric ain't never looked at you? When you turn your back, he ain't never look at your backside. Excuse me. You mean tell me this man ain't never gave you a compliment? You ain't got nothing to say? And he ain't got nothing to say about you. See? And then all of a sudden you got a female student in the school, and then you hear all this confusion, and come on, man, you guilty, man. You guilty. That ain't what you supposed to be hearing. You ain't supposed to be hearing. And see, this, you know what I'm saying? It's just like a female instructor, right? And one day, I'm an eyewitness to it. So when I kept this young lady and I keep her close by, I'm an eyewitness. From the time she gets to school in the morning, and I get to school, and whether she early or late, whether I'm early or late, irregardless, the time we be in school to the time we leave, I'm an eyewitness. Then it could possibly be some after school stuff, But while we in school, with this school and the people who run the school, I'm an eyewitness. And just like she an eyewitness. If it's anything somebody did to me or said, she an eyewitness. And she done heard this nut say things behind my back, and call itself trying to do things behind her back. Other students, eyewitness, and that same thing. I'm an eyewitness. See, when she be doing her class, see, I be in my class, and then I see a female instructor be around, and then when I notice certain things, I'm an eyewitness. And that's what happened on one occasion. It was in the afternoon. The instructor, and let me say this too. The person who run the so-called run the school is the president of the school, and the 2 daughters. One of them is the president of academic services, and the other one is the president of student services. See, when you have a title, don't never forget that. When you have a title, that when you say you the president, you have a responsibility, and you don't cross that line. It's a line. You don't cross that line with the students. I'm a student. You don't cross. It's a line. See what I'm talking about? It's a line. You don't cross that line. And that's what they be doing. They be crossing the line with me and this young lady. And see, that's a crime. See, that's the reason why it's wrong. And that's the reason why, at first, like I said, when I first started school, it was just me, But like I said, with this young lady, one day, I was at school. We was in school. And it was in the afternoon. And matter of fact, it was the day before. It was this student came, it was a female student who was in the night class that came over here. They came up to the school. And being in the computer lab and doing the, and basically wasn't nobody in the computer. I was in the computer lab and this young lady was in the computer lab. So it really wasn't nobody else. So I mean, it was just computers. I mean, you can sit anywhere you want. You had all plenty of space. But when people intentionally do something wrong, and when you've been intentionally instigating stuff with this young lady, and that's how, you know. So one of these women, female students from the night class came over to the school, and she intentionally sat in a chair next to this young lady. It was plenty of room. Could have sat anywhere you want, but you going intentionally sitting in a chair right next to her. So she sat there, and I looked up, you know, I was over there, and I was watching her. And she seen me, and I walked over, you know, I was walking around, and I made a perfect clear that I wasn't okay with her sitting in that chair, but I was walking around, and I looked at her. And so she looked at me looking at her, and whatever she was doing on the computer, she kind of got I got my point across. Look, you need to hurry up and get on up out of here. And so she finished doing whatever she was doing and got on up out of there. But then she came back the next day and did the same thing. You know, this young lady was sitting in the same chair she was sitting in at the computer, minding her own business. She was on, had her little headphones on, and I was sitting on the other end, you know, because I was intentionally sitting there, you know, sitting at the computer. And where I was sitting there, I was intentionally sitting over there because I didn't want the other female to know what I was doing. I was watching her the whole time. Like I said, harassment. And I was making her think I was watching some female videos. You know, but see what I was intending doing, I was keeping her from knowing what I was doing. I was watching the instructor. But I had the twerk videos on, so she thought I was just watching some video to keep her from knowing what I was doing. So while I was sitting there, like I said, it was in the afternoon. The instructor came walking. You know, she was in the office. She was in the office, sitting in the office. And she came out the office, walked out the office, I'm talking about she walked all the way around. To where this young lady was sitting there. She, you know, she had her headphones on. She was listening to some music, watching, you know, at the computer, wasn't bothering nobody, ain't saying nothing. And then, like I said, this female student from the night class intentionally sat in a chair next to her. I was sitting there, and then the instructor walked out, and she intentionally walked all the way around to where they, you know, where she was sitting there and pushed her, you know what I'm saying, move. And so when I was sitting there, and I looked, so I was really shocked, you know, I was kind of shocked, like, what the hell wrong with that? You know, I'm talking about somebody do something. What the hell wrong? So when she, the young lady, she was, you know, she kind of moved her chair, you know. But, you know, I was sitting there, I was like, man, what the? I was really upset, you know. So the instructor, she said something to that female student from the night class. And then she went back in her office. She like she just didn't even see me, like I wasn't even there. You know, I'm looking at her, I'm like, man, what the hell? So I got up out of my chair and I walked around there. I said, man, that woman just pushed you. She said, you know, she kind of, you know, looked at me and I'm like, man, that woman just pushed you. You know, and I was thing. And see, that was just another incident, you know what I'm saying? But me and her, I had to talk about going, you know, at the police department and reporting people to the police. You know, when people do things at this school, you know what I'm saying? That's the reason why, you know, things being done, and when people do things that you know, that you're not supposed to do, you know what I'm saying? I take it serious. You know what I'm saying? I take it serious because, you know, you make it sound like you you doing something to me, whether it be direct or indirect, like like you doing something to me. And I'm like, man, you ain't finna do nothing, hurt me, you know what I'm saying? But that was just one occasion, you know what I'm saying? And then, it been other incidents. Like, look, this is how serious it is. One day, it was on a Thursday. I was really upset about this school. I went down to the sex offender registry, because I'm convicted sex offender, so I went down to the sex offender registry. And I wanted to report this school. I wanted to report them to the police department. And I did. I went down to the sex offender registry. It wasn't even my day to arrest, It was just, I was upset. So I went down there to the sex offender registry and I talked to them about it. I said, look, this school, the people at this school, man, they doing something, that they ain't supposed to do, man, at this school. They doing some harassment and things, and they talked to me and listened to what I'm saying. They said, look, man, this is what you do. You tell that young lady, this is what you tell her. You can came down here, but look, when it comes to something like this is what you tell her. You tell her to go down to the police precinct and report it. So I came back and I talked to her about it. I said, look, I went down to the police post, and then this is what I did. After I left the sex offender registry, that same day, as soon as I left the sex offender registry, because they said something about the police precinct. So what I did, so I know from personal experience that when I had some experience, so I went down to the Main Street police precinct. After I left the sex offender registry, I went to the police precinct on the Main Street police precinct, and I talked about what they, I talked about me though, how when I'm in school, the instructor and the so-called president, all this stuff like that, down at the police precinct, the Main Street police precinct. So the lady, the police officer that was there, she was listening to what I'm saying about this school. So she said, look, this is what you can do about this school. Saying, look, I know, but I hear everything you saying. I hear everything, but this is what I'm saying. What you can do, you can just go to another school if you want to. I said, well, yeah. I ain't like what she said, but other than that, but still, it was the police department, and I, reported it to the police department. See, when people think that you just saying something, that's the reason why I did what I did. So when I talked to this young lady, so when I came back, I said, look, I went down there to the police, I went down to the police precinct, and I told them, I talked to them about this school, and they told me to tell you, go to the police precinct. And said, oh, yeah, okay. I went down to the Main Street police precinct, and they told me the same thing. You go down to the police precinct and you report these people to the police precinct, to the police department, and went from there. See, when people talk to people, just like I'm talking, see, people know that this is something, you took it serious, and then they take it serious. See, that's where I did what I did. Cause see, she take it seriously. When you do things like that, first of all, if I'm down at the police precinct, if it's something that you did, cause see, they looking at you. If it's something that you done, then we need to know. See, that's what I'm saying. See, I'm not trying to do anything that I'm not supposed to be doing. When I go down to the police, I'm under investigation. I'm under investigation. They know who I am. I ain't got nothing to hide. I ain't, what I'm saying? They know me. I done been out. They know exactly who I am. I ain't trying to hide nothing at this school or away from the school. They know who I am. So, it's serious. I took it serious. And so I came back and said, look, I done been down to the police precinct, and they said, look, whatever going on in school, look, you can come down, go to the police precinct and report it. And I left it at that, but I did what I was supposed to do. To be a help. And, when you talk to people, when you tell people something, you tell them to do what's right. And so that's what I want to make sure that if there's anything that I say, you make sure you tell them based on the law. Look, get the police involved. and report these people to the police department. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't just tell people to do something stupid like wait till after school and have them, look, call 911, get the police involved, the public defender's office, the prosecutor. It's the law. Get them involved. So that's what I did. And so, see, when people hear things like that, they know it's serious. First of all, you took it serious. See what I'm talking about? See, when people hear me talking and talking about this school, they know that when they hear that, you took it serious. And when you take it serious, and when you went down there to the police department, man, that's serious. That's serious. They take it serious. And that's what I want people that watch my video. And when I say something about this school, take it serious. Because it's serious. You don't victimize me. And then you talking about you gonna victimize this young lady, man. I take it serious. That's a crime. And I ain't trying to condone it at all. No, hell no. And see, this young lady, mother, she done been to the school, more than one occasion. Matter of fact, the first time I ever met this young lady's mother and everything, it was because the school, these people at the school, you know what I'm saying? Her mother had to come up to the school and, have a conference with these people, you know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, just this past week, it was this past Wednesday, this young lady's mother had to come up to the school again. But see, when you do that, this is how the public defender's office and the prosecuting attorney's office, when talking about DNA and all, on every case you ain't got to necessarily have no DNA. You ain't got to be every time somebody come to the court, you can get brought in, you got to have some kind of physical evidence, you got to have some blood, you got to have some pictures, you got to have some gunpowder residue, and you ain't got to always have all that. When your mother came up here and had a conference and all that stuff that was said in the conference, that's evidence. That's evidence. And see, in the court of law, that'll get you 15 to 30. That'll get you 15 to 30 years in prison. State and federal. See, that's a crime. But see, that's something serious. And see, that's why I say I take it serious. See, when you do things like that, and see, to be honest with you, it's the things that I do to protect this young lady. That's the reason why things being done, because see, I took it serious. And see, it be stuff that this dude be doing. He be trying to use the school schedule to harass this young lady. I'm telling you, man, if it hadn't been for me, first of all, I think she would have went in, either if it wasn't nobody else around, you know what I'm saying, just went to another school, or if she had to stay at the school, probably got victimized. Because now that I got to know these people, see, these women, they just like they dad, you know what I'm saying? They some nuts. I'm serious. I ain't just bad mouthing nobody. I'm saying based on observation and actual being an eyewitness. These some nuts. I'm telling you, they nuts. They freaking crazy. They freaking crazy. Now, I mean, I'm not saying crazy you be in a mental hospital, but I'm saying you think you can get away with stuff, you think you can pull stuff with everybody, and you crazy. And the stuff you trying to pull, talking about a man trying to take, trying to force themselves on, man, you is flat foot crazy. You is flat foot crazy. And then to be around your own daughter, man, and to try to pull that kind of crap, you is flat foot crazy. You crazy, but I'm saying that's the type of people you're dealing with. When you hear me talking about things like this, and I done been down to the police department, that's what I'm trying to tell you, take it serious. And I'm telling you that this young lady's mother has came down to the school about these people. I'm telling you, they crazy. They crazy. To have this mentality that you can try to get away with doing stuff like that, you is flat foot crazy. You is flat foot crazy. There ain't no such thing getting away with to even attempt to get away with nothing like that. They ain't in this damn time. No. So like I said, people that watch my video, I don't want nobody to think that these people are some good people. No, they not. When you listen to me, when you hear me talking about this school and the nonsense that you trying to pull, man, you some no good people, man. And I'm telling you this, when I was talking about this instructor pushing this student, assaulting her, ever since then, she ain't even been coming to school. Ever since then, the instructor, she haven't been back to school. She ain't been back to school in the daytime now. I don't know what she's doing at nighttime. But I know one thing, ever since then, she ain't been coming back to school. So see, this is really why I was saying, when a man be talking about, you gonna teach medical assistant, health information management, health administration, patient care, you gonna do all that by yourself, man. You can't, ain't no way humanly possible. No one person can do all that. See, you trying to pull some mess into school. You trying to pull some mess into school, and that's exactly what he did. He tried to do something. Yeah, he did. But see, during the daytime, from the morning time, it'll take me all day to sit here and tell you all the things that this nut try to do. From the morning time all the way to the afternoon, till 2 o'clock. And then he tried to do stuff even when this young lady not in school. Yeah. And I know it's people walking around out there on the street that'll say the same thing. This nut, he tried to do stuff when this young lady not in school. And his 2 daughters, they try to do stuff when this young lady ain't in school. And see, that's how you know that, man, you're a no good person. And then there be other women now, other women be in school, you don't even hear. See, they be trying to help him. That's another thing. I exposed some students, females, you were trying to help him the whole time. The reason why you got enrolled in school, you were trying to help him. To victimize this young lady. That's exactly what you did. See, I can sit here all day, man. I can sit here all day and tell you about this school and what the people that run the school and students do, and this one female student. I can sit here all day. It's wrong. But as long as I'm in school, I wasn't going for it. First of all, I wasn't letting that punk get away with nothing, and I'm still doing the same thing. I ain't letting them get away. But it's just a matter of time before they end up in jail. It's just a matter of time. They going, sometimes the wheels of justice. Sometimes the wheels of justice be kind of, it's a slow process. But they're going. Because see, when you do things like that, you ain't getting away. You're going to end up in a state, federal penitentiary, where they going to jail, where you belong. And doing my video and everything, talking about this so-called devil worship, which is serious. It's real, man. It's real. Devil worship is something that people just don't talk about in a certain way, but it's so prevalent that you wouldn't believe that there was people actually walking around talking about they worship the devil. But they do. They really do. And I know it's gonna be I know it's a shock to a lot of people. But then again, it's not, because it's so prevalent. But what it is it's like an underground thing. You can't really just come out in the open and like I worship the devil, man. But with all these sororities and fraternities, see, it's so prevalent because that's what the sorority and fraternity do. They do all this devil worship rituals, and that's what it is. And then you got all these old world secret societies from Africa and Asia and Europe. These old world secret societies. It's just devil worship is prevalent. And so like shouldn't take it lightly, you know what I mean? We've been talking about Chicago and the gang, the East Coast. That's what I mean, and Los Angeles and all that. You see, all this stuff on the East Coast, people living on the East Coast and people coming from outside to come see. Basically, that's what it means, is that the East Coast was being like a base, a base for the devil worship. And even today, people try to move around from the East Coast and try to live around other parts of the country. And being from the East Coast, talking about you worship the devil. Well, devil worship ain't really just something that God ain't never accepted, never approved, and never allowed. Devil worship. It ain't even nothing. You ain't got to waste your time arguing with nobody. Nothing. God has never allowed any other to be worshipped. You worship God and that's it. Don't even waste your time arguing with nobody. God has never allowed devil worship. What you got? Because there's no such thing. The word worship and devil, that's what they call it. Oxymoron. Totally is no such thing. No such thing. Devil and worship is an oxymoron. Totally contradictory. But people put it together to make it sound like it's something you be lying. It has never been anything such as devil and worship. Never has been, never will be. That's what man did, put that stuff together. There ain't never been no such thing worshiping the devil. And still today, there's no such thing worshiping no devil. But and see, the reason why people do the things they do, it be because of devil worship. Just like I say, the East Coast, people living on the East Coast, and the evil that people do, it be because of devil worship. It be because of devil worship. Now up there in Chicago, Illinois, people try to move to Chicago from the East Coast, and they come up there with that so-called devil worship. That's the reason why you have a problem that you have. In Chicago, that's the reason why you have a problem that you have, is because of devil worship, them so-called sororities and fraternities from the East Coast, and all that devil worship. And then you have these people from the East Coast trying to move to Chicago and trying to influence people in Chicago with devil worship. And so that devil worship is not accepted, not approved of, and not allowed. You can attempt to do whatever, but don't accept, don't approve, and don't allow. You see, you have a lot of, and then in entertainment and things that nature, like a lot of drill artists, drill, in Chicago, and the folks and the my people, and and just people in Chicago, period, but people from the East Coast trying to live in Illinois, and then you try to have influence in Chicago. It seems that's the reason why you have a problem that you have. It's because of that so-called devil worship from the East Coast. You see, them old world secret societies, them sororities and fraternities. That's where the problems come in. And that's the reason why you have the problem that you have with drill and with the folks in my people, is that, see, devil worship is you against yourself as well as others. And it's always that way. You're always trying to be against. First of all, you're against yourself. You're against God. You're against everything. You're just evil, man. You're just evil. And so, that's what, to be honest with you, that's the reason why you had the problem that you have this so-called Los Angeles, California. Is that so-called blood gang, crip gang, will see it with them people from the East Coast. Nobody in Chicago, attempt, because you don't even see that in Chicago. Because you just can't make it. It's simple as that. It's simple as that. You can't make it. Because the folks and the my people see that's the best reason why when you see all that drill and when you see people being murdered for drill, ain't no such thing, no blood gang, no crip gang in Chicago. Ain't no way. Because it's too much retaliation. It's too much dissing each other in drill. And then when you dissing each other in the drill, they retaliate, people getting murdered because of drill. And what you see in a drill. Ain't no such thing, no blood gang, no crip gang. Ain't no way. That's what I'm saying. So, and then when you talk about Los Angeles, California, see, it was them people from the East Coast. They're devil worship. They're devil worship. Don't accept, don't approve, and don't allow devil worship. Because see, first of all, God didn't allow devil worship. Then accept, then approve, and then allow devil worship. So what I'm gonna do now, do my Instagram. Then after I do my Instagram, I'm gonna do my Periscope.
fuck with these. Really fuck with the house, man. These songs go in the hobby. And I smoke so much, though, can't smoke no more. My lungs collapse. Don't fuck with them old boys, them go boys. Run up there and then clap. Nothing gon' take it.
See, like I say, drill. Then once I I cut the volume off, but but see, take it serious. See, when people do things, see, these are Chirac rappers, drill rappers, they've been murdered. They've been murdered. And talking about some blood gang and crip gang. No. Not in Chicago. Not in, you be down in Memphis, Tennessee, you these people from the East Coast. But man, in Chicago, no. This the reason I'm doing what I'm doing. No, you don't tell nobody no lie like that. Folks in my people, no. After I do this, I'm gonna do my Instagram. Man, don't be long, then I'm gonna do my Periscope. I'm finna do my Instagram, then after I do my Instagram, do my Periscope. So just remember. See, just like I said, you don't be in Chicago and be telling about talking about some blood gang, crip gang. Nah, you ain't never been to Chicago. Ain't no such thing. You just seen all that folk in my people. No. Hello everybody. Excuse me. Hello everybody. My name is Eric D. Johnson, also known as BrightShine. I live right here in the city of Memphis, County, Sherman, State of Tennessee. The day early Sunday morning, October the 13th, 2019. The time 4:50 a.m. First, I thank all my family, my support, for your continued encouragement, support. Anti-gang. Now these are just a few of the free logo design websites that you can go to make anti-gang logo. First, always give thanks to God. Always give thanks to God for all the blessings and the guidance He provides us always. Now, I'm not going to be long doing my Instagram video. I did my, when I first started my video, I always had my YouTube channels recorded, so I was doing my, when I first started my video, that's the reason why I'm just now starting my Instagram video at 5 o'clock in the morning, because I started my YouTube video. It was like about 15 minutes to 10 minutes to 4, and so I was doing a little talking on my YouTube channel, but I'm still doing my Instagram video now. I'm gonna get straight to the point. Now, I'm gonna be moving with, because I spent some time on my YouTube, so I'm gonna be that street slang stuff. People saying they a gang, they a mob, plus then you put Sterling, look, Merriam-Webster's Third New International Dictionary, Oxford English Dictionary, give you the complete and total definition, meaning of the word gang, mob, stirring, in other words. Then you got words like boss, goon, thug, crook, cooler, Mac, player, pimp, whore, and hustler. Then when it comes to hip hop, drill, whatever, hip hop, rock and roll, swing, groove, jazz, blues, funk, do, wop, beat, bop, street slang. Ain't nothing official, ain't nothing right about no street slang. When it comes to money, street slang, we can go to Wikipedia for quick reference. We can look up money, currency exchange, examples of street slang for money, currency exchange, books, rack, stack, bands, bread, dope, scratch, loop, moolah, Benjamin, dead president. It's street slang, nothing official, nothing right about no street slang. And you know, when you got education, like myself, for example, I got education, street slang. Then you have people who don't have education, they get a what they call a GED. Then you got people who graduated high school and you know, they got a high school diploma and then they earn a social degree, bachelor's degree, master's degree, PhD, the sorority and the fraternity. And the sorority and fraternity, hold on. See, the 13 colonies history, the pre-13 colony history is so important. And so Harvard University is the oldest institute of higher learning in the United States, founded March 13, 1639, Cambridge, Massachusetts. William Mary College, Williamsburg, Virginia, founded February the 8th, 1693, second oldest institute of higher learning in the United States of America. Phi Beta Kappa Society, founded December 5th, 1776, the College of William Mary, recognized as the first Greek letter student society in North America. Alpha Delta Phi, first sorority, founded 1851, Wesleyan College, Macon, Georgia. The first organization to adopt the word sorority was Gamma Phi Beta, standing November 11, 1874, Syracuse University, Syracuse, New York. The first women's fraternity, founded DePaul College, 18-something. Now, the basis of the sorority and fraternity is them old world secret society from Africa and from Asia, from Europe, and old world secret society. And for example, the Eastern Star, the Freemasons, they be talking about Euclid, the mathematician, the Alexander Egypt, 1390, 1425, mentioned in the Holloway manuscript, the Regent form, the Cook manuscript. Then you had the Dowling manuscript, and examples of them old world secret society. Skull and Bone, Rosicrucian, the Sons of Living Thugs, Society of Private Sion, Ordo Templar, the Knights of the Golden Eagle, the Women, the Ancient Arab Order of the Nobles of the Mystic Shrine, the Improved Order of Raven, the P.O. Sisterhood, the Eastern Star, the Freemasons, the Elks, the Lord Order Moose, the Bilderberg Group, the Ku Klux Klan, the Knights of Pathias, Knights of Columbus, the Illuminati, the Forest Society, the Murder Order of the Golden Dawn, the Mystic Order of the Bell Prophets of the Enchanted Ram, the United Order of the Gold Cross, United Ancient Order, Druid National Brain, the Ancient Order of Hermannans, the Opus Dei, the Knights Templar, the Scottish Rite, for example. The Spanish Garduna, the Carbonarian, the Black Hand. You say Mafia, that's Afro-Asiatic. You say Costa Nostra, that's Latin. The Triad, the Yakuza, the Osiris. It's just a few, there's some more. Look, don't let the sorority and fraternity mislead you. Don't be misled by the sorority and fraternity. The United States Department of Justice, hazing is a crime. And the sorority and fraternity use hazing in the initiation ritual. The initiation ritual is devil worship. There's no such thing as devil worship. Never has been. God has never accepted, approved, or allowed devil worship. There's no such thing. Now, they commit crimes in the sorority fraternity. They commit crimes on and off the campus. They use and abuse tobacco products. They are indulged in gambling and games of chance. They use and abuse alcohol and drugs. They indulge in immoral activities. They indulge in sexual deviance. Don't be misled by the sorority fraternity. Don't be misled. Now, get out of the sorority fraternity. Don't join the sorority fraternity. Discourage others from being involved in sorority fraternity. Expose the sorority fraternity. You understand? Renounce, all those individuals who initiated and started the sorority fraternity in them old world secret society. Denounce the whole concept and idea of these sorority fraternity of old world secret society denounced the sorority fraternity. They work and they manage the businesses and the companies and the corporations. They use and misuse the background check. They commit crimes against humanity, atrocity, violating human rights and civil rights, inhumanity, genocide, ethnic cleansing, all forms of discrimination and rape. They pollute the air, ground, and water, as well as noise pollution. They destroy the environment, wildlife, and its nature. Don't be misled by the sorority fraternity. This is the International Bill of Human Rights. This is the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women. And this is the Declaration of the Rights of the Child. This is the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. And this is the world's oldest human rights organization, Anti-Slavery International. And this is the International Federation for Human Rights. And this is the world's oldest international conservation organization, BrightShine International. And this is Fauna and Flora International, was the world's first international wildlife conservation organization. And this is the world's oldest global environmental organization, International Union for Conservation of Nature, also the World Wildlife Fund. And there's some more organizations. Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, Global Rights Frontline, Defending Human Rights Without Frontier, International Service for Human Rights, Conservation International, Wildlife Conservation Society, Conservation Fund, Legal Conservation Board, Earth Watch Institute, Conservancy Association, Earth Justice, Conservation Volunteers, Wildlife Conservation Network, Endangered Wildlife Trust, and Biodiversity and Nature Conservancy Association, Rare Species and Conservation Center, the Wildlife Research and Conservation Trust, the Rainforest Trust, the International Rainforest Conservation Organization, Rainforest Alliance, the Rainforest Action Network, and also Biodiversity International, Earth Day Network, Environmental Defense Fund, Friends of the Earth, Friends of Nature, Greenpeace, the Nature Conservancy, Wildlife Conservation Society, Soil and Water Conservation, Clean Water Action, World Water Council, Marine Conservation Institute, Marine Conservation Alliance, Ocean Preservation Society, Ocean Society, Global Ocean Commission, the International Marine Life Alliance. And there are many more organizations such as the one we just mentioned. And they trying to, like I said, they trying to end, they trying to stop all the crimes that the sorority and the fraternity, the old world secret society, that they commit. And so don't be misled by the sorority and fraternity. Don't be misled by these old world secret societies. Now this is a list of place names of Native American origin in the United States. State names: Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, Connecticut, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Nebraska, New Mexico, North and South Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Wisconsin, Wyoming. Now I'm going to scroll down to the very bottom where it says see also, and then you'll see a list of place names of indigenous origin in the Americas. Now this is piracy. You know, the pirates, so there's devil worship. Piracy, and them pirates, devil worship. Right, United States Department of Justice, the Office of Juvenile Justice Delinquency Prevention, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, the National Gang Center Bulletin, in its title, History of Street Gangs in the United States, and it's written by Mr. James A. Howden, Mr. John P. Moore. Now you can find that same information on the quick reference Wikipedia in its title, Gangs in the United States. Now Saul from Tarsus, the self-proclaimed Apostle Paul. He wasn't no apostle. He wrote those epistles in the Bible. You know, they put that junk in there. He wrote those epistles. All these man-made religious organizations, they used those epistles that he wrote. They be lying. Saul from Tarsus, the self-proclaimed apostle, he was lying. He wasn't no apostle. Now, one of the verses that the man-made religious organization used that Saul from Tarsus, self-proclaimed Apostle Paul, wrote, Romans chapter 16, verse 16, salute one another with the holy kiss, the church, with the suffix E, churches of Christ, salute. Another verse that the man-made religious organization used that Saul from Tarsus, self-proclaimed Apostle Paul, wrote, so that 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 4, so that we ourselves glory in you in the church with the suffix ES of God for your patient faith and all your persecution and tribulation that ye endure. See, God ain't never allowed devil worship. Ain't no such thing. See, that's an oxymoron. When you say devil and worship don't apply. It only applies to God. But see, all these so-called devil worship, they put the word devil and worship together. It don't apply. It don't apply. When you read your Bible, God is punishing the devil. How you gonna worship the devil? That's the end of the conversation. Don't even bring it up no more. That's the end of the conversation. Ain't no such thing. No such thing. You be lying. Now, so all that stuff on the East Coast, talking about some devil worship on the East Coast, and all that, man, you be lying. Trying to go up to Chicago, Illinois with that devil worship, no. That's the why, like I've been telling you, ain't no such thing, no blood gang, no crip gang. Don't accept, don't approve, don't lie. Ain't no, see, it be coming from the people on the East Coast, that devil worship. Cause see, up there in Chicago, Illinois, no, you don't do that like that. See, it ain't no such thing as being in Chicago. There ain't no such thing as being in Chirac. Talking about no blood and no blood gang, no crip gang, ain't no such thing. There be no people from the East Coast who be living out there on the East Coast. Then they moved to Los Angeles, California, and then you try to live around Arkansas and Mississippi. They try to live around the state of Tennessee and all that kind of stuff and all these other places. Be lying. See, there ain't no such thing worse than no devil. So that East Coast stuff, that devil worship on the East Coast, man, talking about being out there in Los Angeles, you gotta see where that blood gang, that Crip gang came from. See up there in Chicago, Illinois, no. Just showed it to you. Ain't no such thing. Ain't no such thing. No blood gang, no Crip gang in Chicago. No such thing. So I'm gonna get ready to end my Instagram video. After I do my Instagram video, I'm gonna do my Periscope video. And let me go here. Now, these are just a few of the free logo design websites you go to make anti-gang logo. Now I'm gonna end my Instagram video. Like I said, after I end my Instagram video, I'm gonna do my Periscope video. And it's gonna be 2 videos anyway on my YouTube channel, because as soon as I end my Instagram video before I do my Periscope video, I'm gonna end this video, this YouTube video, and then I'm gonna start another one. So now, before I start my Periscope video, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, this YouTube video, and it's gonna be dated October 13, 2019, part 1. So I'm gonna end this video and then I'm gonna start another one.